Hey, hey, babies. It's late. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. It's 9 o'clock my time, which means it's 11 o'clock y'all time. But it was a heck of a day today. I had to work. Then I didn't feel like cooking, so I took my daughters to get some food. And then, listen, all I can say is the day got away from me. But I wanted to talk to you guys and just say hey, because it's Monday. And like I told you, I'm about to be coming. I will be live on Mondays and Thursdays. Hold this up here, sweetie. I'm actually doing hair right now, and I'm too tired to even be doing that. And she don't even want her hair done, but at the same time, us as parents, we already know. Little kids don't like to get their hair done unless they getting done what they want to get done. So I'm pressing it straight to give her some pony tails, and she don't like pony tails. She likes her hair flat. You know how that goes. But no, listen. Yeah, y'all see I'm ready for bed. I got my bed scarf on. It's just really one of those things. But I'm not in the bed, which is weird. I wish I was. I'm tired. Gotta be to work at 7:30. Well, I gotta be to work at 7:30 every day, so it's not like it's nothing new. But still, I am so tired. But I am talking to y'all because I did a blog. I want to say 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I did this blog talking about how men that hit women are cowards. Because I saw a video of this man beating on his wife for no reason on the train or something, but he just kept smacking her in the head, right? So I did a blog on it, and people are still commenting on that blog. So y'all know, like I told you, I got 300 something. Let me hit this. I have 300 something blogs up there. So y'all need to watch all my old blogs and just see the things that y'all can see. Whenever y'all comment on them, I get those comments in real life time. So if you commented on it right now, I would get that comment and I will be able to say something back to you. But I haven't, when I do my blogs, after I post them and share them, take this. After I post them and share them, I don't rewatch them. Well, I do, but I don't rewatch them like years later. You know what I'm saying? So to get that notification today that somebody commented on that blog and it's like 2 years old, it was like, oh wow, people still watch this blog. Hold this over here, sweetie. But then I read the guy's comment, and that took me to the blog, which meant I had to turn around the other way, which mean I had to rewatch the blog to see what I said that upset the man. Because the man commented and he was saying, any woman that hits me, blah, 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 I'm hitting her back. So I rewatched the blog, and as I rewatched the blog, I realized this man is commenting, but he didn't watch the whole blog. What I basically had to say on the situation is everybody should keep their hands to their fucking self. That's what I basically had to say. Okay? I said women shouldn't hit men, men shouldn't hit women, but at the same time, when a man is abusing, his woman outside, people should step in. And I was saying how, people nowadays, they don't step in and help. They just pull out their phones and record. So as I was saying that, someone commented as well, and they explained to me how women, when they do get abused by their spouse, how they always go back, no matter who comes to their rescue, no matter what the case may be, no matter who says, hey sis, you need to leave that man. In the end of the day, the woman goes back to the man that is abusing her. But the guy, and he's not the only guy, several guys commented. And they're like, okay, well, you're talking about men hitting women, but what about when women hit men? And I never said it was okay for women to hit men. What I said was when a woman is hitting you as a man, you should grab her by her wrists, restrain her, because there's no reason for you to start punching on a woman because you're a man, and men are physically dominating and physically stronger than us women. Okay? You just are. But the man, you know, the couple men, it was like 11 comments on there. The couple people that did comment, they were just very upset, and they didn't speak on the fact of men hitting women. All they said was, okay, you coming to the woman's rescue, but what about when what about when a woman hits a man? I don't condone a woman just hitting a man anyway. I have a son. And I don't want no woman to just hit my son. But the thing about our family is my son is the only boy and I have 3 daughters. And he's not even the oldest. I have an older daughter. So no, I'm not saying my son should, okay, let this girl hit him and then wait for his sister to show up to fuck the girl up. I'm not saying that either. What I'm saying is he can restrain her, grab her by her wrist, push her back, like, yo, shorty, whatever. Stop touching me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say when it comes to that. But the people were so upset, and reading the comments, it made me feel like the men that commented would just hit a woman for no reason. Because honestly, their comments were so misconstrued. It was like they did not listen to the blog. Now, like I said, they clearly replied on there, oh, well, women that hits men are cowards too. I'm not saying that. I don't think anybody should be abused. Point blank, period. Anybody. And I say that to tell you, you know, because everybody that watches my blog and have seen me for the past 3-4 years, y'all understand that my father was physically abusive. Okay, he wasn't just physically abusive to me. He was physically abusive to my mother, to the woman that he cheated on my mother with and had children. He was physically abusive to her as well, to both of them. My mother's still married to him. So what floats her boat can't float mine. And she is living proof that here. She's living proof that even when you know somebody is doing you wrong, you know you shouldn't be getting your ass whooped by this man, you're going to go back to him. She's living proof. My mother is living proof of it. However, their relationship has changed. They're older now. Okay? They're older. He keeps his hands to himself. Okay? And she forgave him for the years of bullshit that he put her through with beating on her and beating on me. And she forgave him for that. And a lot of women do forgive their abuser. Okay? A lot of women. My mother and father have made it 40 years after the abuse and the nonsense and the bullshit. And now it's just them in their home and they're happy. So I'm not saying that, you know, you can't overcome it. What I'm saying is it takes a strong woman to deal with it. But some women get so complacent with it, they think everybody is supposed to beat on them. And I don't think anybody is supposed to beat on them. And that was my point. Just like I don't think a man should get abused. There are some relationships. Hold your ear, sweetie. There are some relationships where the man gets abused. It's very seldom that you hear them say it. But there are relationships where the man gets abused, whether it's emotional abuse or physical abuse. There are some situations where men get abused, and I'm not condoning any of it. I feel like if you are a good man and you know you're a good man and you got a woman that you take her out to eat and she's like, okay, I seen this video, and I know I always done seen the video, but I seen this video of this guy who surprised his girl by taking her to Applebee's for her birthday. This girl was so upset. She threw food. She threw the cake in his face. She did all that. That is a form of abuse. That is emotional and mental abuse. Okay? That shit is wrong. Maybe that's all he could afford. And being as though that's her man, she know what he can afford. He ain't supposed to just say, okay, I'm not going to pay the rent so I can give this woman a good birthday. But at the end of the day, he knows the type of woman that he's with because he's with her. You feel what I'm saying? Just like a woman knows the type of man that she's with because she's with him. So if you want to deal with somebody abusing you, that is solely on you. But what I'm saying is nobody should ever have to deal with being abused. Nobody. For any reason. for any situation. There should never be a time where your significant other or your spouse makes you feel like less of a person. Like everybody listens to Cardi. When Cardi said that, had me looking in the mirror different. Because you inconsistent. That's a relationship you need to leave. Because at the end of the day, if he got you looking at yourself differently in the mirror, then he got you second guessing who you are. And there should be nobody in a relationship second guessing who they are. The person you are with should make you feel better about yourself. The person you are with should make you feel better about your situation. You feel what I'm saying? And for all the people who commented on my blog that when a man hits a woman, he's a coward. This one particular person went on there just to say, when a woman hits a man, she's a coward. At the end of the day, I wasn't trying to say anybody that hits anybody was right or wrong. And if you watch the whole blog, which I can tell that they did not just by their comments, if you watch the whole blog, I explained how not only was this woman getting beat by him, you can tell that she has nobody else but him. Because the more he hit her, the more she cowered underneath of him. She wasn't even trying to get away from him. She was trying to get closer to him. Which means she's used to him abusing her. She's used to him beating on her. And nobody should ever get used to that. Nobody. And the thing is, and I was trying to say this earlier, the thing is, when people get abused, the same way when people do things to us, we forgive and forget. When people get abused, they never forget it, but they seem to go back. And like I said, I have a friend, and he's an awesome person. He's an author. He does poetry. Lean your head over, sweetie. He does poetry, all of that good stuff. He lost his sister. He lost her because her boyfriend was very, very abusive. And he kept telling her, you know, leave him, leave him, leave him. And anytime the guy would do something, he would run over there to his sister's rescue. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm pressing hair. It's hot. It's very, very hot. So he would run to his sister's rescue. But it got to the point where even running to her rescue did not help. Okay? It didn't help. He ran to her rescue so much. And every time he did, the sister would be like, thank you for saving me, you know. And then a couple days, a week would go by. Oh, the cup though. A week would go by. I'm sorry, y'all. A week would go by and she would be back with him. And that really, as her brother, he felt like, look, I don't care how much she run back to him, I'm going to keep saving her. And then it got to the point where this man killed his sister. Killed her. Because in an abusive relationship, it never truly gets better until it does. And like I said, with my mother and my father, that's a rare case. They got older. She stuck it out. They the cute little old couple going to dinner now. You know. But it makes her happy. And I was a child at the time, so I couldn't save her. I couldn't come to her rescue. And it seems like, take this. It seems like my uncles and them knew that she was going to keep going back, so they stopped coming to her rescue. But my friend did not. He kept coming to his sister's rescue and coming to his sister's rescue until her boyfriend actually killed her. And after he killed her, my friend killed him and went to jail. And now what? 2 people dead and 1 person spending time in jail. And for what? Because you hit me? Because you don't know how to keep your hands to yourself? Domestic violence is real. Here, sweetie. It's real. It's a disease, honestly. In my mind, it's a disease. And I don't feel I feel like once an abuser, always an abuser. But people do change, and they do eventually. I think honestly, it's not that they change. Age changes you, and I think honestly, my father and my mother to the point where they're old. That my father got to keep his hands to himself. He's old. You know what I'm saying? He's old. My mother's old. They're old. They're not old, but they old enough. Okay, because I'm 40, so we all know how old they are. But I was told that in that time frame of when they were younger or my age and going through the things that they were going through, because they were in their early late 20s or whatever, I was told that was the norm in relationships. Women just got their asses beat, which I can't never say that that's the norm for anything that I ever will know. Ever. Never. Okay? But I think, personally, turn around, that everybody in a relationship, everybody, period, needs to start keeping their hands to themselves. Because just because you don't like a person, don't mean y'all got to fight. Don't get me wrong. I've been in some fights in my life. But now that I'm older, I feel like sometimes it's just better to ignore and move on. You know, there's no reason to actually fight. But domestic violence is different. You are in a home with this person. This is a person you trust with your life. This is a person you trust with your everything. This is a person you have to lay down beside and close your eyes with. And the thing is, whether you're a man or a woman, if you are an abuser, sometimes people get tired of being abused. You can let it go. Sometimes people get tired of being abused, and they wait for you to go to sleep. Like I said, y'all listen to Cardi. Gonna bring you some what? With a teaspoon of bleach. Okay? Sometimes people get tired. Sometimes people get tired. But my whole point of this is I personally don't condone anybody hitting anybody in a relationship. I mean, if I don't know you and I smack the shit out you because you was talking shit, then that's one thing. But to be on a public bus with your spouse, smacking them around, is wrong. And like I said, I know that people don't always want to come to somebody's rescue that they don't know. And I know we all actually feel like, okay, I come to your rescue and then you back with that person. It was pointless. It was a waste of my time to even help you. And I know that's how we feel about it. I do. Because I feel the same way. And not even for a domestic issue, but there was a friend that I had. I used to tell her all the time, look, your man is cheating. I be seeing him doing X, Y, and Z. And that person got mad at me. So sometimes we don't want to lose a friend or a family member, and we try to mind our business and not say nothing. And sometimes as an innocent bystander, when you see something going on, you don't want to say anything because it's like, damn, I don't know those people. So what if I go over there and he's beating on her and I go over there to break it up and then they both turn around and jump on me? So no, it's hard to decipher how we helping people. It really, really is. Turn your chair around, sweetie. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. But at the same time, like I said, there should be no woman just getting beat on a daily basis. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be no man being beat on either. I think personally, like I said, me personally, I don't condone it. If you can't say it with your words, then obviously you don't deserve to even be there. And the fact that you think that you're somebody's parent enough to put your hands on them is a problem for me. Okay? It's a problem for me. Because I don't condone it. I don't. Do I think, and this was brought to my attention the way I was watching these, the way I was reading the comments on my blog. Like I said, the name of the blog, you can put in Queen Amina Speaks on YouTube. Okay, Queen Amina, Amina, speaks on YouTube. And all my blogs will pop up. But the way I see it, any person that feels like they can beat you and then turn around and love you is confused at y'all roles in a relationship. Because that person's not your parent. That person, whether y'all married or not, that person does not have the right to just strike you, no matter if it is a man or a woman. Okay? And I think that's where a lot of people who were commenting got upset. Because when I said, as a man, you shouldn't hit her back. You should restrain her and go about your day. And don't get me wrong, there are some women, I know a few. There are some women that will not just allow you to restrain them and go about your day. Because as you're restraining them, as soon as you let them go, they swinging on you again, they hitting you again. There are some women like that. There are. But at the same time, sweetheart, sir, you knew she was that when you first started dealing with her. Am I saying this okay? No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is to beat her unconscious or to beat her till she can't open her eyes, to pick her up and throw her down the steps, stuff like that is just uncalled for. It's uncalled for. I've seen it done. And I'm going to be very, very honest. I am not a woman who's never been hit. Okay? In my marriage, I've never been hit. My husband is not that person. He's not that person. But I had an argument with one of my children's fathers. Not my youngest daughter, because her dad he has this code. He just don't hit women. No matter how much I yelled and jumped up and down, he's just not that person. But I had an argument with one of my children's fathers. And he said something and said, well, if you say my name again, I'm going to smack you. Now, me being me, of course I'm going to say your name again because I'm just saying what I want to say. But I didn't put my hands on him. I didn't come near. We weren't face to face arguing, none of that. He literally just said, if you say my name again, I'm going to smack you. So me being me, I said his name and he smacked me, literally smacked me. And I picked up the phone and I started going upside his head. Next thing I know, we're fighting. But why would you want to smack someone because they said your name? Like, that made absolutely no sense. People like that. So, as I said, I distanced myself after that portion. Yes, we do have a child, but at the same time, we're not on cordial terms. We don't speak. We ain't friends. We not friends. And the only reason why I didn't have someone do things to that person is because I didn't want my child to be a fatherless child. Even though he's a piece of shit father. Okay. But I didn't want my child to be a fatherless child because even though I think he's a piece of shit, my child does not. Okay. And I don't make my children's opinions for them. So I will never, ever, ever turn my children against their fathers, no matter what I think of them. That's not my place. Okay. And the story I just told y'all, she's never heard that story. Why? Because she's a child. And like I said, I distanced myself. We ain't got to be together just because we got a child. That's not how it works anymore. But I digress. All I'm trying to explain right now to you people is that domestic violence is real. And you need to know what you are worth. Point blank, period. Because if you don't know what you're worth, nobody else will know what you're worth. And they're going to do whatever they see fit to you. Okay? They're going to do whatever they see fit to you. Whether it be abuse you, whether it be belittle you. And this is man or woman. Okay? So whether it be abuse you, whether it be belittle you, whether it be treat you like a dog, whether it be use you. Okay? If you don't know what you are worth, this person that you consider your spouse is going to do whatever they want to do to you. They're going to cheat on you and not care. They're just going to do their own thing. Okay? So, even though I done mixed up this topic with so much, y'all know what I'm saying. Keep your hands to yourself. Women, know what you're worth. Men, know what you're worth. Don't allow people to play with you. Because once you allow people to skate one time, if that man accidentally, because it's never an accident, if that man hit you one time and then tell you it'll never happen again, and you say, okay, well, it'll never happen again, and you get back together with him and he hits you again, what does that tell you? It should tell you he was lying. He gonna hit me whenever he feel like it. But some women actually hear he ain't never gonna hit me again because he said so, and they fall for it. I'm not gonna lie. Because even when it comes down to, like I said, my mother and my father told my mother he was never gonna hit her again after he picked her up and threw her down the steps in front of me and my sisters. He told her he was never gonna hit her again. If y'all believe that, y'all crazy. It did eventually stop. It did. I was no longer living there when it did, because I couldn't deal with it. Because not only did I see what he did to her, I seen what he did to my stepsister's mom. She couldn't deal with it to the point where she started doing crack. Y'all remember crack? And this was a beautiful woman. And she only started doing crack so that she was numb to the fact of him beating on her. Okay? And when you have to dissociate yourself from life because somebody is hurting you that bad, you should already know. You should already know that is not the situation or relationship for you. Excuse me. Okay. He can do that. Sit. Y'all should know. So, just like I said, I'm sorry, that's the dog next door. But as I was saying, you have to know what you are worth and know what you do or do not deserve. Here, sweetie. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to know but you. Oh, the cup fell over. But like I was saying, when things happen once, they tend to happen again and again. So, nobody should be putting their hands on each other. Use your words. And like I said, whether you're a man or a woman, when you're in a relationship and somebody is belittling you, hold this, sweetie. Belittling you physically, emotionally, mentally, it's up to you to change that situation. Because a lot of people, like I said, when they come to your rescue and they, my stuff is, my thing is here. When they come to your rescue, this is yours, but my thing is on here. I have 2 minutes. So they come to your rescue and you go back. What was the point of them coming to your rescue? What was the point of them helping you? They think that much of you. They don't think that you deserve to be belittled. They don't think that you deserve to be down. They don't think that you deserve to be abused, to be hit on, to be somebody's punching bag. And they want you to think that highly of yourself. You feel what I'm saying? They want you to think that highly of yourself. So don't let people talk down to you, do things to you, abuse you, belittle you, use you, unappreciate you. None of that. You have to feel love. Like I said, my husband is ridiculously weird. Ridiculously weird. But we don't have those dysfunctional problems. We might have an argument, but he does not belittle me. I do not belittle him. He don't make me feel like I'm less of a person. Oh, I belittle you? Come tell it on the mic. I belittle you? When do I belittle you? Right now, she's belittling me. I'm not. I'm just not giving him his dinner because I'm using it as a phone stand. So I'm starving him. But like I said, you need to be with someone who appreciates you. And even though sometimes I'm a meanie, hence the name Amina. Hold this. My husband knows that I appreciate him, and I would never make him feel used and abused, and he doesn't make me feel that way either. And that's how all relationships and situations are supposed to be. So, at the end of the day, man, woman, relationship, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, keep your hands to yourself. And if somebody comes to your rescue and saves you one time, don't think they're going to keep coming to save you. Because at the end, it's up to you to save you. It's up to you to love you. Like I said, when it came to my mom, I ain't see my uncles come to her rescue because it happened so much, they got tired of coming back. And like my friend, he ended up in jail. His sister ended up dead. That guy ended up dead. But 3 lives fucked up, and for what? For what? So, like I said to y'all before, I love y'all to life. And I want y'all to live the best life. Your best life. Loved and cherished and appreciated. And find me, Queen Amina Speaks. Okay? On YouTube. 300 something videos. Maybe almost 400 at this point. Find them. Oh, that stupid dog is on my nerves. Now, I'll be ready to kick the shit out of that dog. I don't care what type of abuse it is. But anyway, I love y'all to life. And I want y'all to love yourselves to life. You feel me? It's been my half an hour. Every Monday and Thursday, y'all will get a new blog from the Queen. Y'all will get a new storyline from the Queen. Y'all will hear what the Queen has to say. But now, my time is up. I got some hair to finish because there's a lot of hair in this hot. Here. It's very hot. I appreciate y'all. And I'll talk to y'all on Thursday when I start my no food diet. So from Thursday to Sunday, well, Thursday night I can eat. But come Friday morning to Sunday night, I cannot eat. I'm on an all liquid diet, water, tea, stuff like that. Y'all see the arms? I'm getting fat. I'm trying to lose some weight. I mean, even though, don't get me wrong, when I get dressed, they look right. But not to me. Because I'm not used to being this size. But you know, you put on that happy I'm in love weight. You go eat. You go blah, blah, you just be, you know, I'm happy I'm in love. I'm in bed with some cake. So, I done got rid of the cake. I do got popcorn now. But anyway, I love y'all to life. I'll talk to y'all on Thursday. This has been the Queen. Mwah! Deuces!